It just gets bad in here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. Just pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking shit. These guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone. I'm just so tired.
What happens after deportation is something most people never saw coming. No cameras, no headlines, no hashtags. Now, deported Somalis are breaking down in tears, begging, pleading and crying out for help, and asking for just one thing: a chance to come back to America. Guess who they are begging? Not to politicians, not to the courts, but the people they have looked down upon, the black folks.
The Somali man who was crying and begging for Trump to give him his passport back is now on live begging black Americans to help him get back to America after his criminal behavior got him deported. He was then trying to throw slick shots.
Trying to get my word through. I'm all the way in Texas. What I'm gonna do from Texas, bro? Hey, thank you. Hey, Reese's showing love.
Many are now turning to the same community they once distanced themselves from, asking for help to get back to America. Good people, let's watch some clips here. I'll be back with my reaction.
The Somali man who was crying and begging for Trump to give him his passport back is now on live begging black Americans to help him get back to America after his criminal behavior got him deported. He was then trying to throw slick shots.
Trying to get my word through. I'm all the way in Texas. What I'm gonna do from Texas, bro? Hey, thank you. Hey, Reese's showing love.
That's why a lot of us need to start going to school, man. We understand one thing: the Embassy of America is based also in America as well. It's the headquarters.
Okay.
So, like, you can go down there.
Hey, you need to get back to headquarters.
I used to, man. That's how they fly. I guess y'all got a lot of cows and horses over there.
Bro, what you mean? Bro, I'm in the crib. Bro, say there's some cows and horses. I'm in the crib. No, hey, back. I'm not gonna lie. The chat is moving fast, and I'm having a conversation with bro. I'm sorry, chat. I gotta stay on point. See what I'm saying? You taking me away from my people. These people showing love, bro.
My fault, man. I ain't got no beef. Come on, bro. My fault, man.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie.
Needies can't be picky though. That's what I'm saying.
A cool little beat down on this battle though. A friendly beat down though. Friendly beat down, brother.
Wala ni kani ka kapten no hawa. Urte ka soka.
Hey, what language that was, twin?
I'm the father, the live creator. Shit, man. Right now, shit. They sent me back to Somalia. You know where Somalia is at?
They sent you back to who?
Somalia. You know Somalia, the Horn of Africa.
My shit, you got deported, bro. You got deported for real? Chad. Hey, Chad. Somebody, hey, Wes.
Sahib,
AMP, appreciate the rose, man. Thank you. Thank y'all for showing love, man.
You have to listen to it, my brother.
That man is moving with M23.
Let's go to the next level. Yes, he needs help. You see?
Hey.
Marco know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, my chat say, what part of Africa you in?
Shit, the Horn of Africa. The Brave Land.
The Brave Land?
Yeah, man. You know where the Navy sometimes was called the pirates. You know the Somali Navy?
No. I'm not.
The ones that's protecting people, putting poison in our waters, killing our fish. You know what I mean? Coming through our borderline for free.
Hey, appreciate that, Risa, Wes, AMP. Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, bro, nice to meet you, man. Good game, okay?
Appreciate it, bro. Salute. Hey, I hope you make it out, Pete.
Yeah, inshallah, I want. I think oynaysid Twitter ku jirta de marka maxaa.
Check this out. Somalian, deported back home, struggle to adjust. I'm gonna run this clip.
I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here, this place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like, I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing.
I agree with Donald Trump, 110%. If you come this country illegally, you deserve to get deported. I'm tired of the racket. I'm tired of the scams, you know. This is ridiculous here. $1 billion in welfare fraud. Yo, pack them up. Deport them. Deport them.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was
breaking news. Wake up, wake up. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning on a news update Sunday. The Somalians are over here demanding that they get reparations. The scammers next to the Nigerians, the next set of scammers in this country are demanding that they get reparations because they don't like the fact that ICE came into their neighborhoods. Now, keep in mind that these are mostly TPS refugees and only a selection of them are naturalized citizens or birthright citizens, shall we say, because a lot of them were anchor baby descendants. Yes, anchor baby descendants. And so reparations, aren't these the same groups that was sitting over here saying that Black Americans were lazy? Oh, let's just take a look at these videos.
Of small business owners, not those who make 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount. And we have been suffering since the crisis of ICE.
Members of Minnesota's Somali community are demanding reparations following ICE enforcement actions they say caused trauma. The call has sparked sharp debate online. Should reparations be considered in cases like this?
Deserve safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
I'm sorry, what? Interesting, because I do recall that, Black Americans have been stating that we need reparations for actual work that we were never paid for, not saying that we should get paid because the government came in and basically cleaned motherfucking house. I don't know, but I do recall there was a news story about them finding a whole bunch of Somalians that were siphoning money all the way back to Somalia. But once again, here we have another group of ungrateful immigrants that come to this country and then demand our government pay them, but had no demands for their own government in Somalia. I think it's really interesting that a lot of them come over here and they cosplay the oppression of Black people, and they even use the words that we use. Is there anything that y'all do that you step into this country that is not rooted in just cosplaying Black Americans? Because the last time I checked, the only people that deserve reparations that have never been paid any type of reparations in this country are Black Americans, not motherfucking Somalians. Y'all have really lost y'all's marbles. I am so confused at how you can have so much forehead and so little brain cell. Please make that make sense, because in what world do you think that the government coming in and cleaning house from all the scams from your leering centers equals that you should get reparations? You're talking about, for the people that were because of ICE. Did we forget that these people literally were antagonizing ICE, and nobody's saying that ICE has any right to be the judge, jury, or the prosecutor in the middle of the street. However, let's not act like that y'all are not sitting up here creating this. If anything, the citizens who, while protesting ICE, the blood is on your hands as a community, not on the government's hands whatsoever. Because the last time I checked, y'all are over here because y'all were seeking refuge, because your countries are still allowing people to have little children get married off. Oh, you thought we forgot, but we haven't. So until you start seeking reparations from the place in which you originated from, you get nothing. You've already gotten enough. You've taken, you've pirated. Remember, the original pirates of the ocean are now demanding that our government pay them. Is this a hostage situation? Because that's exactly what it's giving. That kind of news out.
Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me, with this weight on our shoulders, trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings.
Yeah, I think that that's one perspective. But the other perspective is, you're just collateral damage from the bad decisions that was made, possibly from your family, depending on how they got here. Because we still have to ask the question, right? This young woman who, you have to love and respect the fact that they were able to articulate themselves and communicate clearly about what their plight is and what's happening over in the Somali community, which she's not necessarily saying anything that we don't already know, that people that are born here inside of the United States of America, especially ones that receive birthright citizenship, meaning that their parents may not necessarily be from here, and they may have come over here either illegally or temporary protective status, but it doesn't mean that it justify the fact that we are leveraging laws that were meant for American descendants of slaves, people that did not ask to be here, and them receiving birthright citizenship should not have been extended over into people that are just normally born in the United States of America, regardless of what their circumstances are. So while I acknowledge that we should make sure that we accommodate people that are legally here in the United States of America as citizens, you can't blame people that then speak loudly about the fact that we should be putting Americans first and the people that are here already, instead of advocating for and allocating our tax dollars for people that came over here illegally. I'm not really sure what her...
In case you did not know, Somalis are notorious for looting, stealing, their piracy, very well known for. They marry children, they don't have women's rights, women can't vote. And when you import a bunch of them into the middle of Minnesota in our country, they're going to do the same thing. They are going to steal. They are going to... It's so crazy that we've done this. They're not going to assimilate. They are just going to find a stronghold of a shared community of values that they have, Somali values in a Western culture, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to cut off female genitalia because 99% of Somali women have done that, or I guess had that done to them. They are going to steal. Again, what do you think of when you think of Somalia? Piracy. Which is exactly what we are seeing, because in case you did not know, there is currently a massive investigation into this Medicaid fraud scheme amongst the Somali community in our country. They're making fraudulent claims and they are stealing from the taxpayers. They're stealing from our government. And if that wasn't bad enough, it has been reported that we are the largest funder of Al-Shabaab, their terror group back in Somalia. Yeah, they've been defrauding the US government and then sending it to our enemy. And we are at work paying for it. Calling this out, it's not racist, it's not xenophobic, it's not being anti-Somali. It's saying, hey, I actually think Western culture, the freedoms that we have, are superior. I would much rather live in a country where I have a voice, where I can vote, where my genitals aren't removed, where I could wear what I want, practice what religion I want. I think that's a superior way of life. And the people in Somalia do not think that's a superior way of life. They're coming here to change it and expecting anything else from a group of people that have not changed in their home country and then bringing them here and thinking they're going to change here. It's insane. It's insanity. And it's going to be the end of our freedoms. We cannot tolerate a group of people who do not tolerate our freedoms. It's not racist. That's not xenophobic to say. It's the truth, and we better start saying it. And the option of doing nothing about this isn't there. Bye-bye. Thank you, Trump.
So aside from her seeming like she was sounding like a Chinese movie because the audio didn't seem like it was synced with her lips, that's on her side, not on my side. I think that some of it is true and then some of it is embellished, right? And this is why we have to have conversations about these type of things, because yes, they are bringing their culture over here. Yes, I have been to Minneapolis and I've witnessed it with my own eyes. Yes, I've spent over a week and seen it with my own eyes. At the same time, it's difficult for me to say that you got to get rid of them and kick them out if the majority of them are American citizens. I believe in the rule of law. I believe in operating by the Constitution. I also don't believe in birthright citizenship. And I believe that people that are not supposed to be here in the United States of America should be removed if they are an illegal migrant on the soil of the United States of America. Now, what we also need to do is change the rules by which they are leveraging American law to continue to come over here in the United States of America. So, for example, Trump did a great job by removing temporary protective status, TPS, from Somalis who are over in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they have literally...
This is what the media isn't showing.
My name is Bashir Hussein. I am a 20-year-old U.S. citizen from Minneapolis, Minnesota. On December 10th, 2025, during my lunch break, I was violently arrested by federal immigration agents. I repeatedly told the agents that I am a U.S. citizen and I had my ID and passport. Instead, the agents ignored my pleas and forced me to the ground and placed me in a headlock. The injuries and trauma from that day have stayed with me. Since that incident, I have experienced symptoms of PTSD, intense anxiety in public spaces, panic when I hear whistles, sirens, and car horns, trouble sleeping, constant stress, and emotional exhaustion. I have also experienced ongoing physical pain and tension that started after my detention. I no longer feel safe in my community. My family has been affected by this as much as I have. They watch me come home drained and physically hurt. The fear that this could happen again has created constant stress and has changed our lives. I am raising funds to support my recovery, including trauma-informed mental health therapy and counseling, medical care for stress-related symptoms and physical symptoms, basic living and recovery-related expenses while I focus on healing. If you are able to donate, I am very grateful. If not, please consider.
We Black Americans do not owe anyone a damn thing, especially any individual or any group or any organization that is anti-Black and racist. For example, the Somali situation. They came out last year and boldly lent their support and advocacy to the felon-in-chief. They ignored Black Americans because of their anti-Blackness. Now they are dealing with the consequences of their vote. As well they should. It's time for these folks to be big boys and big girls and take their medicine. Now all of a sudden they are Black. When just a year ago, they stated that they were Somalis. They weren't Black American. They were Somalis, they were Muslim, and they were Arabs. Because see, like many other POC groups who immigrate over here, they believe that they are superior to us and they have bought into all of the white supremacist lies and talking points about the Black American community. And they have not only bought into those lies, but they continue to teach and spread those lies within their own communities. Black Americans, we have really seen that within the past year, ever since the presidential election. We do not owe anybody or anyone our forgiveness, our grace, our empathy, or our compassion. For me personally, I have none for them. It is not Black Americans' fault that we are standing alone. Should we be unified with especially other members of the diaspora? Yes. But I choose to live in reality, and we are not. And again, it is not Black Americans' fault. We are the one group in the United States of America that have had to fight to have our humanity recognized, and then to fight for the rights that we deserve. And because of our struggle and our sacrifice, many of these immigrant groups including members of the diaspora, have come over here after the main struggle was ended and the Civil Rights Act was passed, and have enjoyed the fruits of our labor, starting businesses, going to school, when they become eligible, voting and participating in the democratic process, and taking other opportunities, again made possible by Black American fight for justice and equity and equality. But turning around and then looking down on us and spewing white supremacist lies. And we all know what they are. They advocated specifically the Somalis for the felon-in-chief last year, and they did indeed vote for him and helped to put his regime in power, and now they are dealing with those consequences. And now all of a sudden they want to be black. We're all black. No, the hell we are not. These white leftists and progressives, I have always said that they are the same brand of ice cream as MAGA and Republicans. They're just a different flavor. And boy, have they been showing their asses ever since Jasmine Crockett announced she's running for Senate. The woman is already in Congress. Think about that. She is just running to switch houses. She will not get an increase in pay, but she believes, and I believe it too, that she will be more effective in the Senate. And these folks have come out the woodwork with all of their bullshit, the same routine that they pulled on Kamala Harris last year. But we see you all. All of you all are motivated by two things: your racism and your misogyny. Black Americans, the only thing that we have to do and need to do is to continue to be Black American, and then when it is time, die. That's it. We don't owe these people our support. We don't owe them our advocacy that they seem to think that they're entitled to, despite their racism and anti-Blackness. Even those of us within our own community who sided with white supremacy, all of them can take a first-class express ticket straight to the pit of hell. Black Americans, we stand alone, but that's okay, because y'all, we are enough. Keep that in mind and be careful out here.
Under aggressive immigration enforcement, Somalis immigrants, some who lived in US for decades, were detained and deported. Families were split, children were left behind, lives were uprooted overnight. And once the deportation order was signed, there was no appeal to emotion. US Immigration and Custom Enforcement, in bracket ICE, does not negotiate with regret. And now, many deported Somalis are facing reality they say they were never prepared for. And here is the part making this moment uncomfortable. Many deported Somalis are specifically calling on Black Americans for help, asking for advocacy, visibility, and protection. Why? Because Black Americans understand the system. They understand state power. They understand what happens when the law turns cold. They know how to organize. They know how to pressure. They know how to survive hostile system. That's the recognition happening now. But here's the painful contradiction. For years, many Somalis openly said they are not Black, they are different, and that's not their struggle. Black Americans heard that, and they did not forget it. So now, as cries for help grow louder, the response from Black Americans has largely been silence, no celebration, no mockery, and distance. And the silence hurts because it feels like the past is being answered by the present. The deported Somalis describe life after removal as chaos. No stable work, no reliable housing, constant fear, and total isolation. Some don't speak the language fluently. Some have no family left there. Some say they feel like strangers in a place they were told was home. Watching your children grow up through a phone screen changes you. That's why the crying isn't performative, it is desperate. And here's the truth no one escapes. You can distance yourself from blackness socially, but the system will still treat you as a disposable. To the system, dark skin is enough, a name is enough, an accent is enough, and identity debates don't stop deportation flights. This moment isn't about celebrating suffering, it's about accountability. Black Americans are not obligated to save people who rejected solidarity. And deported Somalis are not wrong for begging when survival is on the line. Both truths can exist at the same time, but the cost of broken trust is high, and it shows up when help is needed most. And right now, deported Somalis are crying out for Black Americans, hoping history, shared struggle, and humility will outweigh all divisions. Whether that helps come out or not, these moments leave a lesson. Unity can't be activated only in emergencies. Identity can't be denied until danger arrives, because once the system moves, regret doesn't reverse it. Drop your thoughts in the comment. This is a real life, real family, real consequences. Thank you for watching. This is Miss Africa React.